We're going to talk about the weather first. What on earth?
Yeah, lovely summer's afternoon. Yeah. No, I've experienced plenty of these, but probably November, December, January. But yeah, not in July. But it is what it is. But and credit to both sets of players, professionalism and standards both teams set, because I thought they went about it the right way. Both teams tried to play, get a lot from it, and they will have. It just wasn't ideal conditions, but conditions we'll probably experience in the season. So in terms of preparation, it's probably one of them things and not a bad thing.
You've said what I was going to say next, the tempo. You've got to be pleased with that.
Yeah, at times, yeah. First half, I thought we were a little bit passive in the way we pressed and moved the ball. I think when we did it right, we created opportunities. I think at the start of the second half, we wanted to, be a bit more aggressive how we went about it in and out of possession, and we created a couple of opportunities and scored goals. So yeah, it's pleasing how we went about it, how they applied the game, the ones that came on, because it's difficult. We're disappointed they didn't start perhaps, but they've been sat around in the cold, weather, rain and whatever, and to come on and put in a good shift like that, and then you've seen them doing their extra work to make sure they hit the target. It's all part of the building process towards the season.
And you're looking for quality. You've got to say that for Jack Ellis's goal and the other two as well, in terms of the way the team have built up with it.
Yeah, it's easy to say, but when he scored a goal and got an assist, but just before he scored, we said Jack Ellis looked at it today. Definitely the best I've seen him out of the 3 games, so that's pleasing for him to build on. Second, he's had a good week, and that's football, isn't it? An injury last season, signs a new contract and scores a goal in pre-season, so hopefully there's plenty more to come from him.
60 minutes for some of the guys, that's an important step up, isn't it? This is the way you always do it.
Yeah, it is, and then we'll try to do that with everybody, because it is getting that after half time, 45 minutes when you're stiffing up instead of coming off or whatever and getting you going. And I thought we did after half time, we were right at it and really pressed and got them 2 goals, so credit to them for that, and really pleasing.
And as you mentioned, if players do need a top up, if they've had the half hour, that's exactly what you do, and it's all about this. The results are good, but it's all about that.
Yeah, and it's hard, it's difficult, like I said, and they've done that really well, because they've been sat about for a bit in the wind and rain, come on for half an hour, go back in, then come back out to do the running. But I think the modern day footballer appreciates it now and knows that's what's expected.
Try listing goals for us. Any closer on a decision with him?
No, I think that's ongoing with that. Like I say, it's difficult because he hasn't really been tested, unfortunately, in the last 3 games. What he's done, he's looked tied in his communication's been good, and he's trained well, but we probably want to have a proper, really good look at him in the game.
And we did have another trialist with us. He wasn't here today. Can you say anything on that situation?
He's probably moved on now that he's maybe looking at different options, and we're going to look at different options.
Kai, we've all seen him in a boot.
Yeah.
Any good news or bad news?
No, not as bad as we first feared perhaps, but it's going to be a few weeks, which is disappointing because he's a young pro and he's full of enthusiasm and he was gutted, but hopefully it'll be a matter of weeks, hopefully no longer.
I've just been talking to Dan. When we see him, when we see Dylan, when we see the other lads who've added to the group, it just starts to feel like we've got a good group coming together.
Yeah, and it was yesterday pleasing in training. There was a proper buzz noise, what's a football noise, but like in terms of communication and a real light hub noise, which it was really good. It wasn't just shouting, it was really good communication in the training we were doing amongst the players. Me and the Gav didn't have to shout, it was kind of them leading it, which is pleasing going forward. Like we spoke about, you want as many leaders in a team and a good team spirit, because that will be vital for us to have a successful season.
Team camp in Scotland, these things are also important. Team bonding as well as more work.
Spending time together, it does. They'll spend a lot of time together, obviously with training, and it's good. Like we've said before, and everyone says it's a good group, it's a good camp, and I think it's quite generic. People say that, but if you speak to the new ones, they generally do say it, and ones that have left say it as well. What a good group it was, and like I said, that was one of the major contributions to last year, the team spirit we had and the togetherness, and I think that showed through the consistency of the season, and that will be vital, like I say, with the season coming up.
It's always my last question. You know what I'm going to ask. Any more coming in?
Ongoing, hopefully. You hope. We're definitely looking for players. There's lots of work going on by Greg, the gaffer, Jacob. There's lots of work going on, and you hope. Sometimes you think you're there, and it disappoints. Sometimes you think it's gone cold, and it happens. So hopefully it's ones that get there in the end. But like I say, we've got a couple in. There's no rush, but obviously we are keen to add to it.
Super.
Thank you.